Welcome to Izmir in Turkey for FIBA U18 European Championship semi-final between Serbia and Spain. These teams are now just one win away from the podium and potentially two wins away from picking up the gold medal on Sunday. This is a repeat of the 2017 Under-18 European Championship final. Serbia won that one by 12 and they managed to take the trophy back to Belgrade along with a fistful full of gold medals. The scene is set perfectly. We've got two semi-finals set up today, both expected to be huge games. Slovenia taking on the home team Turkey later today. Here are the classification games from earlier today. Croatia turning over Great Britain 85-52, and then just now North Macedonia taking such an important win for them, 65-62 over Montenegro. Great Britain and Montenegro will go into a game tomorrow. And here are some more classifications for the 5-8. France beating Lithuania by 20 and Italy picking up the 8-point win over Israel. Also going on today, Germany face Czech Republic and Poland face Greece. That will decide the positions 9 to 12 here in this tournament. But these are the games that all the eyes are on. Serbia versus Spain, our first semi-final. And then what a hot ticket here in Izmir. Slovenia taking on Turkey to close out the day's action. Spain now being introduced to the crowd, and unbelievably impressive throughout this tournament, particularly on the defensive end of things, conceding just 50 points per game. They've not let any team they face score more than 60 on them. I have a feeling that's what they're going to look to do again today, combining this defensive intensity with a very efficient offense is what has got them to this semi-final position and what could take them to the top step of the podium. Potentially, many unbiased impartials would say Spain might be the favourites to claim the gold here. However, one area of concern, I mention this quite a lot when I cover games, is the free throw shooting. They've only converted 50% of their trips to the free throw line. That makes them the third worst team in the tournament, which isn't what you expect from a Spanish side. As for Serbia, well, they've won all of their games by double digits, with the exception of that hard-fought quarter-final game against Israel. They have really been an offensive juggernaut. If Spain have been known for their defense, Serbia have put on some big performances, averaging over 75 points a game, and they've crashed the boards hard as well, leading the tournament in rebounding. We're going to break now in commentary to pay respect to the national anthems for both Serbia and Spain. Sets the scene perfectly. You can see how hyped Serbia are as we see the coaching staff exchange gifts. Plenty of respect between these two coaching teams. They have led their teams to the business end of this tournament. And how many of the household names have big performances in this under-18s tournament? Here are our officials for today. Karl Prok, Beniamino Manuel Attard and Anastasios Vadaris from Poland, Italy and Greece respectively. The officiating crew. I'm sure the players will keep them on their toes throughout the game as well as they look to push forward and claim that spot in the final. I was saying how many of the household superstar names that we know and love now came through this FIBA Under-18 European Championship tournament, had big performances, acted as a springboard for their pro careers. Here's the starting five for Spain. We have Villar, Rodriguez, Garuba, Almansa and Pinedo. Strong starting five. Almansa certainly looked good throughout this tournament. Picture slightly betrays the size. Stands at 207 tall. And coach Malet Garcia knows his team today will continue to focus on the defensive end. If they can get that right, if they can limit Serbia, I think the game swings in favour of Spain considerably. That's easier said than done. This Serbian team has so many different options offensively. It's not like it's just one guy that you've got to close down and shut out of the game. You can move the ball around, plenty of ways that they can hurt you. Much with this Serbian team like to make it through to the final and contest for that gold medal. Here is the starting five: Milenkovic, Cic, Rakovic, Kovacic and Djokovic. As a starting five, very, very strong indeed. Kovacic there has looked good, as has Vidarkovic. He's averaging 11 points a game. But again, as I said, plenty of talent coming off the bench for Coach Djokic. Djokic knows that he's going to have to lean on Milicevic and the likes of Shalanats throughout this game. Expect them, in fact, expect both teams to rotate heavily through the 40 minutes. Both have lent on their full rosters pretty much throughout the tournament, and they're going to continue to do so. Not long now to the opening tip, and just a reminder, if you're going to jump on any of the social media channels throughout the game, please check out FIBA's relatively new social media channel, Next Gen Hoops. It's on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. If you're a fan of youth basketball, development basketball of the next generation of superstars, then you need to make sure you're following Next Gen Hoops. You'll get all the latest young players from around the world breaking through. Some phenomenal highlight clips have been shared on that social media channel, so make sure you jump onto that. And if you want to go into the website, there's your QR code, bottom left of the screen. Get your phones out, scan that one. That will take you straight to the website, FIBA.basketball/Europe/U18/2022. Quick way though is that QR code, so make sure you jump onto that. You'll see that QR code throughout the broadcast, so if you have your phones ready, you'll be able to get to that one. Starting fives taking to the floor. Intensity on show and no real surprise. This is a huge prize up for grabs for both of these teams. We now wait for the opening tip of the first semi-final here in the 2022 FIBA Under-18 European Championship. Big 40 minutes ahead of us now. And we're underway. Semi-final action here in Izmir, Turkey, the first semi-final in the FIBA U18 European Championship. Serbia taking on Spain. First shot no good. Almansa working hard for the rebound. He's not going to give up on that one. He's tied up in the paint. That will be a jump ball, so Serbia will come away with possession. Now Almansa will play his part in today's game. There is no two ways about that. Averaging 15 points and nearly 10 rebounds a game. To say he's had a good tournament is an understatement. Djokovic now almost throws it too far. I think that came off the hands of Via, so that will go into the possession of Serbia. Expect nerves in these opening moments of the game. It really is the business end now for these players. Potentially for many of them. Stolen away though, Almansa working hard. And that'll be a shot clock violation, and that's a smart play by Almansa. He knew that they'd run out of shot clock and didn't really need to dive on the floor for that one. We are now to inbound the ball for Spain. Both teams fundamentally very, very good. Play good team basketball. Rodriguez comes up short, grabs his own rebound, draws the foul. Kitch called for the foul on that one. We are seeing some nerves from these two teams, but to be expected. More than likely the biggest game of these players' careers so far here. Via now uses Almansa on the pick and roll. Nice kick to the corner, catch and shoot. That one's way short, and Spain looking nervous in the first minute of this game. A couple of shots falling short. Usually is a big sign of nerves. Oh, what vision. Cross-court pass from Radakovic. Doesn't get the shot through. And that will be Spanish ball. Garuba to inbound. Over a minute gone. Both teams not looking their best offensively. And the key always is in these situations, if offense isn't working, make sure you're doubling down on the defensive effort. And that's what both teams are doing. Almost stolen away. It's thrown away though by Via. He's had a tough start to the game. Jukic now slows it down. Into the low post, Garuba putting some pressure on. Nice little drop step on the baseline. Going to draw the foul from Garuba. Gets himself to the free throw line. Milenkovic. Look at that, just quick first step. Garuba having to play catch up. Ends up reaching in. First foul of the game for Spain. Milenkovic to the free throw line. Not the best of free throw shooters though. Alexa Milenkovic only shooting 52% from the free throw line in this tournament. It's the first of his two though. Much the appreciation of coach Djokic. Djokic will be happy to see both of those drop. Things moving for Serbia. Both these teams are averaging in the mid-70s points per game in this tournament. They've done well offensively. It's Spain's defense, though, that have been so stifling and so impressive. The wing, shot goes up, rattles that one home. Didn't have a huge amount of confidence. Wanted to chase it down just in case, but the score is good. That one's no good though, as they tried to return the favour. Yeah, Garuba. Too heavy. Almansa, offensive rebound, gets the score. Been doing it all tournament. Dragging down more than 3 offensive rebounds a game. Spain's lead at 3 with a little over 3 minutes gone. Jokic now looking to use the screen. Almanza called away, has to put up a long bomb, and that's great defense by Spain. Kept them pressed so far up the floor. Tough for Serbia to get any high percentage opportunities when they're that far away from the ring. Rodriguez trying to shake things up, but the defense stays true. VR now. Oh, what a pass inside. Oh, get out with the block. Beautiful defense, but stayed with the play and gets the score. Neto adding to his triple with that tenacious score there. Almanza, another rebound. It's his second of the game. Garuba being bodied out, and it was a good start to the defense by Radkovic, but Radkovic, look at this footwork, it's good, just doesn't move them quick enough, and Garuba opens up the space he needs. Serbia will make their changes. Lijesevic comes into the game. Lijesevic has had a good tournament, leading them in scoring, almost 12 points a game for Serbia, coming in off the bench. Almanza goes to the running right hand, no good. Part of the challenge for coach Mirek Garcia will be managing those minutes. He's lent heavily on Almanza and Garuba, both averaging pretty much 20 minutes a game. How they rotate through, I'm sure, will be dictated by the matchups that coach Mirek Garcia wants against this Serbian team. I'm sure he has certain threat points that he wants Almanza on the floor for. VR now. Throws the lob, Almanza can't get it. Foul's going to be called. Milenkovic called for the foul. Let's have a look at the replay. There's the lob, yeah, just grabs the wrist. Almanza was going above him. This is the first of his two, shooting just shy of 60% from the free throw line. Spain overall have really struggled this tournament from the free throw line. As a team, they're shooting under 57%. Certainly makes it tougher to win tournaments with shooting from the free throw line below 70. Serbia will slow things down, and Spain will be happy. Their defense has completely suppressed Serbia offensively. Little step back, air ball though. Strong rebound by Garuba. Very fluid player. Great handle for someone of his size and strength. Stolen away. Good defense there from Serbia. Get out on the break, but almost throw it away themselves. That's a tough mistake for Serbia. When you're struggling, transition baskets are a godsend, and you really can't afford to not capitalize on that. Stolen away by Pinedo. Pinedo now to Almanza. Almanza just uses his upper body strength, creates the separation and gets the score. What a play. And Spain's lead is out to 8 points. Serbia have only scored 2 points in the first 5.5 minutes of this semi-final. No real surprise. Coach Jokic wants to talk things over, wants to get into the huddle and find out exactly what's going on with his team. Welcome back to Izmir here in Turkey. This is semi-final one of the FIBA U18 European Championships 2022. And Spain have had a lightning start to this one. They lead it 10-2 after just shy of 5.5 minutes in the first quarter. That man there, Almansa, he's getting his 5 points and 2 rebounds so far for him. For me, it's on the other end of the floor that Spain have done the damage. They have been tenacious defensively, and that has limited Serbia. Serbia have looked a little bit caught in the headlights on the offensive side of the court. I'm sure that's what Coach Jokic wanted to talk about. How do we start scoring points? How do we start getting the scoreboard to tick over? Because if they don't do it soon, this is going to be a long, long game for Serbia. Shadanats, no good. Understand why they brought him onto the floor. 22 points against Montenegro in the round of 16 game. Rodriguez looking for options, nothing there right now. Baseline drive inside to Almansa. Not this time, grabs his own rebound. Or the second time, Garuba goes up, doesn't get it. Spain are hitting the offensive glass really hard. And this is everything for Spain. This is how they build their games in this tournament. All about hard work when they lose possession. Look at this, chasing it down. Many coaches look at that and they say, you're so far away from the basket, don't risk it. You see Iglesias come into the game for Almansa. Iglesias getting his first taste of the action. Nice little pump fake. Poor finish though. It's those mistakes that are costing Serbia dearly at the moment. They've had several opportunities to get relatively easy scores. They've done the hard work, just not finished them. Garuba now kicks it out. Nice ball movement from Spain. Rodriguez no good. Rebound pulled down by Djokovic. Oh, good defense on the perimeter with the block. That will remain Serbian ball though. And Spain's defense is so impressive. Good spacing from Serbia, trying to create that space. But Arkovic no good. Garuba now. Oh, finds the space with ease, hands it inside, and the easy 2 on the finish. Beautiful team offense from Spain. Garuba throws it around the corner, gifts his teammate the 2. Iglesias will be more than happy with that. Another good defensive play by Spain, and Serbia have no answers right now. This is a dominant Spanish display. Garuba misses the layup. Foul's going to be called though. That one on Pinedo. There's the Euro step from Garuba. So close to a beautiful play. It's a little heavy-handed. A baseline ball to Serbia. Lead by 10. They won't be overly happy with their offensive performance, Spain. Just 12 points in over 7.5 minutes. They've certainly been scoring more than that in this tournament. On the other end of things, they'll be more than happy. Limiting a Serbian team who are averaging 76 points a game to just 2 points in 8 minutes is an amazing effort from the Spanish team. Djurkic no good. Almansa scoops up yet another rebound. Money on him, ending up with a double-double. He's had 3 so far in this tournament. I have a feeling this is going to be number 4 today. Step back 3, Rodriguez. No good. Serbia being asked some serious questions right now. Milicevic hands it to the corner. Djokovic nails the three. Is that the lifeline that Serbia needed to kickstart their game? And continue to be patient. Foul's going to be called. This time on Milicevic. It is a tough assignment for Milicevic when he gets caught in that situation. He's 189 tall. Almansa 207. Plenty of height and strength in that matchup. Three comes up short, and Spain haven't shot the ball well from outside. Offense hasn't been great, and that is a concern. Drives into the three. That was a confident play by Milicevic. Into the final minute of the first quarter. A little bit of rush of the blood to the head for Rodriguez. Asking the official for a call. I'm sure Coach Garcia will be saying it's just not the right play. It was a half-hearted Euro step. Really didn't do anything. 36.9 seconds left in this first quarter. Certainly a nervous first quarter for both teams. Spain having the upper hand. The thing is, Serbia won't be overwrought with the deficit. They trailed by 17 at the half versus Israel in the quarter-final. Came back to win that one. So I don't think they'll be overwrought by a 7-point deficit. They've certainly been tested in this tournament, and they've risen to the challenge so far. A little over a 7-second differential between the shot clock and the first quarter clock. Nice drive to the basket, gets the score. That's a tough play. Milicevic with the big play. Hardly scored in this tournament, Milicevic. And to come in and do that, that's going to settle some nerves. That brings Serbia to within just 2 possessions. But it's the end of the first quarter here, and it's Serbia 7, Spain 12. Impressive first quarter of action here in Izmir, Turkey for this FIBA U18 European Championships 2022. As you can see, neither team shooting the ball well. Serbia 1 from 7 from outside, 1 from 7 from inside. Only 7 points, and that is one of the telling statistics. Spain dominating the boards again, 15-9. That said, Serbia are a very good rebounding team. Almansa and Pinedo leads all scorers, 5 for them. Djokovic with that 3 leads Serbia at the end of the first quarter. And a little bit of a resurgence from Serbia in the closing couple of minutes of that first quarter. They'd only scored 2 points in the first 8. Went on to put another 5 in the last 2 minutes. And if that's the start of their offense, they'll be relatively happy that they kept Spain to just 12 points. Certainly nervous play from both teams. So much at stake. Remember, a win today guarantees you a medal. A win today and tomorrow guarantees you walk away with a gold medal around your neck and the trophy on the plane back home. And the heroes welcome when they return, that's for sure. First quarter, certainly cagey to say the least. Neither team playing to their potential. That's what you would expect as the pressure mounts as the minutes pass. Second quarter action underway. There's the QR code on the screen. That will take you straight through to the website. You'll be able to follow the box score And watch all the highlights and the full game video after the game as well. Almansa, spin move for the two. Great footwork by the big man. And Spain extend their lead back out to 7. I'm sure this is what coach Milet Garcia has talked about. Just opening up the lead into the corner now. Shot goes up. That one's a little heavy-handed. Spain pulled down the rebound. Foul's going to be called, and that's what VR was looking for. Milosevic drawn in. That little hesitation in the dribble from VR tempted him into the steal. Just as he crosses over. There we go. There's the hesitation. That ball pulled Milosevic forward. Oh, get out. Another big rejection at the ring. This time, Milenkovic bats that one away. Let's have a look at the replay. Rodriguez thinks he's got the turn. Milenkovic says, I don't think so. Bats it off the glass. And that is the definition of a rim protector. Good defense by Serbia on the hardwood, but even better play by Iglesias. Almansa now, elbow jumper, awkward looking. Oh, gets the two, but it's going to be an offensive foul. As he went through the back. You can see maybe the weakness in Almansa's game. Wasn't happy stepping up for a set jumper from the elbow. Instead, put up almost a right-hand floater. Awkward looking shot, relying on his athleticism to bail him out. And this time, it's an offensive foul as Milenkovic, back-to-back big defensive plays. Milosevic now draws the double team. Quick skip pass, good recovery defensively by Spain though. That's an awkward three. Spain's defense is just sprawling all over Serbia. There's the lob pass inside to Almansa, and that's just too easy for a player of Ethan Almansa's ability. Milosevic drives inside, goes off the glass and draws the foul. This is certainly a breakout game for Alexa Milosevic, averaging under a point a game. Turns the corner and puts the Jets on. Rafael Villa called for the foul, and Milosevic will head to the free throw line. Serbia will make a change as well as the official improvises to get some of the sweat off the ball. Milosevic at the line for his free throws. This is the first. Coach Jokic encouraging him from the sidelines. And the second. They're costly in a low-scoring game. Milosevic leaves the charity stripe empty-handed. Back to harass Vialo. With the skip pass, Moreno hits the three. And it's raining threes for Moreno. And just like that, Spain's lead is out to a game-high 12 points. As Serbia continue to struggle offensively. Milenkovic now looking to shape up against Almansa. I like that as an option. Going down the paint. He needs to be a bit tougher than that though. Can't just take the flop to try and draw the foul. VR for three. Off the back of the iron, and that one will bounce out of bounds. But I like that from Milenkovic. Take it to Almansa. He's got his first foul. Get him to commit his second. And that's going to play with coach Milet Garcia's rotation somewhat. Ultimately, it's down to Serbia now to make the change. Both coaches rotate through their plethora of young superstars. I'm sure you've been enjoying, as I have, all the coverage here from this tournament. If you have, make sure you follow the Next Gen Hoops social media accounts. That will give you everything you need. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. That will give you all you need. Garuba, nice little step through. Poor finish though. Fortunately for him, the rebound was there. Timeout's going to be called on that play as Coach Djokic has seen enough. He needs to talk things through. His team trail by 14. Little over 7 minutes left in this second quarter. As I said, they came back from down by 17 at the half against Israel, but I'm not sure it's something that any team wants to do. Here's Almansa. This is the offensive foul. It goes over the back of Milenkovic. If anything, Milenkovic is a little bit lucky. There's the lob pass inside, and that is an automatic 2 for a player of the quality of Almansa. And there's the 3 from the corner for Moreno. And a step through from Garuba that gets scooped up by Pinedo. Set the stall out in the pre-game. It's the Spanish defense that's going to determine and dictate this game. All inbounded now. Out of that timeout, what can Serbia do? Ljasovic now hands it off into the hands of Ristic. Ristic hands it back, and Serbia continue to be patient. They're looking to spread the floor, but Spanish defense has held up pretty well to one-on-one onslaughts. Strong move inside, but the finish isn't there from Milijasevic. Into the corner now. 3 is short, rebounding battle. And Serbia, even if their offense isn't working at the moment, they have to control their defensive boards. They cannot afford to give Spain second chance opportunities. Milijasevic there, no good. Garuba with the rebound. And Spain know that they're fully in the driver's seat right now. Drive inside, tough play, good defense. Will be Serbian ball on the baseline. At the moment, Spain will be more than happy with how things are going. Strong drive, lane opened up and he made them pay. And you wonder how much of this is going to come down to individual talent. Ljasovic there with the score. His first of the game, 1 from 5 from the field. He certainly struggled. Vian comes back to the top to Rodriguez. Inside. Oh, that's a tough move. Pinedo has looked good in this game. He has stepped up. He's up to 9 points to lead all scorers. 4 from 5 from the field for Eddie Pinedo. That is a big performance. Djokic now. And Serbia's offense is falling apart. As much as individual talent is getting them their scores, I'm not sure this is the way forward. Coach Djokic going to call a couple of changes. Didn't look like Djokic was too happy with being taken out of the game, but when you put up that kind of shot that early in the shot clock, you really force your coach's hand to make the change. Garuba now. Good footwork from Garuba. Draws the foul. Will head to the free throw line for 3 free throws. Charlanats called for the foul. Garuba's been one of the go-to guys for Spain. As coach Jokic gives some running repairs, some instruction to Ilija Milicevic. Garuba misses the first of his 2, 55% from the free throw line prior to today's game. Averaging just shy of 9 points, a little over 4 rebounds a game. Alongside Almansa, he has been very, very impressive in the front court for Spain. It's the second and third to drop. Extends Spain's lead out to 16. A little over halfway through this second quarter, and Spain continue to be dominant. Good drive, coast to coast for Djokovic. Some of the unsung heroes now starting to step through into the limelight. He's up to 5 points personal now. Foul's going to be called. That one on Charlanats. That'll be his second foul, as not the sign that Serbia wanted, seeing Almansa come back into the game. It is an impressive front court duo, Almansa and Garuba. Not many better in this tournament, to be fair. Foul's going to be called, that one on Rodriguez. An up and down game so far. Jordi Rodriguez. Just a flat out scorer and facilitator. It's had double digits in 3 of the 5 games before today. So 4th in the tournament. 4 assists as he heads to the bench. He's had 5 assists a game. Serbia know that this could be a big 4 minutes now. They can break it back and get within single digits. They'll see that as an accomplishment heading into the locker room at the half. There's an offensive rebound, but Garuba just steals it away. Brian slowing things down. 6 on the shot clock though. There's the 3. Not the prettiest of forms. Oh, great save though. Wonderful play. Let's have a look at the hustle as he chases this down. Has the smarts. Rafael Villar. Knock it off the Serbian leg and regain possession. A new 14 seconds for Spain to work with. In the backcourt, Villar is the player that leads the way for Spain. It'll be Serbian ball off the hands of Almansa. Quite a headache for coach Jokic to deal with right now. Oh, nice play. Ljasovic with a little step away jumper. That's his second bucket of the game. Brings Serbia to within 12. Under 3 minutes to play. But again, Serbia relying just on individual talent. Not their team that's creating their offense at the moment. And that's going to be quite fragile. Shot clock at 3, pass inside, little hesitation, draws the foul. And that's good patience from Pinedo. Pinedo, just that little hesitation. Even though the shot clock was running out, he had the smarts to take his time. Head to the line for free throws. Under 40% from the free throw line in the tournament, Pinedo. This is his first trip in today's game. This is the first of his two. The second as well. It's a bit of a lifeline for Serbia if Spain are going to start missing their free throws. And Serbia potentially tactically looking to use my fouls to exploit that weakness. Almansa rips down the rebound for Spain. His 7th rebound of the game. 3 rebounds and a point short of his double-double. Pinedo now. To back his way to the basket, little resistance offered. Almansa, soft right hand is good. And right now it's Pinedo pulling all the strings for Spain. He's got Serbia in the palm of his hand. Baseline drive, kicks it off. Defense just swarms in the paint. VR ties up Yappa. It's a tough pass for the big man to pick up from that far down. It's a long way down when you're 204 tall. Possession arrow points in favour of Serbia though, so they'll get possession back. Nice quick first step from Diapa, but no one helps him. No one offers him an outlet at all. Garuba gives it up. Out in transition, a rare transition, and that one's knocked away. Once again, Villa with the good defense for Spain. Officials just asking for the ball to be wiped. Serbia ball on the baseline. Under 2 minutes left in this first half, and my goodness me, I didn't think I'd be saying this before the game. Serbia have 13 points in over 18 minutes of play. Catch and shoot, Diapa, no good. Good offensive hustle there from Djokovic, but Spain will secure the possession. Yeah, now looking to shape up against Ilyasovic. Inside, Almansa has it knocked away though. It's a good read by Radakovic, but hands it off. Almansa will get the score off the little lob from Garuba. Wasn't the prettiest. Almansa now up to 14 points, lead all scorers. Foul's going to be called. Serbia will head their way to the free throw line, and this could be a way back into the game for them. There's a replay of that foul. Yeah, just the body contact from Iglesias. 2 free throws. Almansa will come out of the game and Kachin comes in. You can see the facial expression, the body language from Coach Djokic. You just cannot afford to miss your free throws when you've only scored 13 points in 19 minutes. Good hustle though. And get another go. Ilyasovic, no strong, no good, and at the moment Ilya Miljasevic is trying to do everything aggressive offensively. His team need him to do that. Maybe a little bit more control, a little bit more vision on the kick out when he drives would help. Little runner on the left hand, that's a tough shot to make, and Garuba doesn't make it, but another offensive rebound. This time it's Tachin that gets the score. 3-second differential between the shot clock and the first half clock. 18-point lead now for Spain. That ball's going nowhere. The black hole of basketball right now is Miliasevic. Look at him, no head up, no vision, not looking for his teammates at all. He could all go and sit down on the bench in that play because there was no way he was looking to pass the ball. Timeout's been called though, 7.5 seconds left in the first half, 4.2 seconds left on the shot clock. That will be opened out though as Miliasevic drew the foul. Timeout called by coach Mirat Garcia. He'll be more than happy with the first half performance from his team. That's a score from Djokovic. Leading Serbian scoring 5 points though, 2 from 6 from the field. And Serbia have been completely railroaded right now in the first half of this semi-final. Spain have just had it all their own way. Garuba and Almansa combining time and time again for points. Serbia struggling to contain them. 11 offensive rebounds in the first half for Spain. It's just too much for Serbia to contend with. Spain have had 22 of their 31 points in the paint. 9 of those points off those second chances on the offensive rebounds. Remember, this is semi-final, 1 of 2 here in the FIBA U18 European Championship. Later today, we will see Slovenia taking on Turkey. You can see the home fans starting to come into the stands as well. There will be a raucous atmosphere here in Izmir. Certainly the hot ticket in town today is that second semi-final. If Turkey do make it through to the final and face a Spanish team playing like this, that's the end of the first half of action. And Spain will be very, very happy with how that game has gone so far. For them, they lead by 18 at the half. And Serbia at the moment really have no answers. Half time here, Serbia 13, Spain 31. And where do you start with describing that first half of action? Well, superlatives towards the Spanish is probably the best way. Neither team shooting the ball well from outside, but my goodness me, Spain getting the job done down in the paint. Over 2/3 of their points have come from the paint. 31-13 at the half. They've dominated the rebounding battle, 28-15. 11 of those rebounds, offensive rebounds, which have led to 9 points. It really has been another impressive defensive performance by Spain, crashing the boards hard and making those rebounds count. Almansa leading all scorers with 13. Djokovic leading Serbia with 5. It is a long way back for Serbia. They've been here before though. They trail by 17 in their quarter-final. They trail by 18 here in their semi-final. But they really are going to have to flip a switch in the second half if they're going to come away with the win. There were some of the highlight plays from this first half of action. Many of them will come from the Spanish side of things. Almansa leading the way, the only player on either team in double digits. He's got 13 points and 7 rebounds. Other players that have stepped up in that first half. Pinedo had 9 points and really provided a controlling impact and influence on the game. And then VR yet to score, but has 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And Garuba also looked good in that first half, not necessarily offensively, but as a facilitator. He's 3 rebounds and 3 steals for Serbia. Well, it's been tough. Djokovic leads them with 5 points. Miliasevic with 4 just behind him. But there has been very little to write home about. Only 4 players scoring buckets, putting any points on the board in the first half. 6 Spanish players have done a job for them. And you have to bear in mind, Serbia have been averaging almost 38 points in first halves in this tournament. They have 13 here in the semi-final. Spain, a little bit short of where they would normally be. They have more than made up for it on the defensive side of things. Second half coming up shortly. Coach Jokic has a lot to do in the locker room in the half-time. He needs to pick his team up. They will be on the floor right now. They know that they've left themselves a mountain in the second half. And he will have to work hard to get them psychologically back into this battle before he even addresses what tactically and technically they need to adjust to come away with what is looking like an unlikely win here today. As for Coach Mirek Garcia, well, he'll say business as usual, really. But the second half action will come up shortly. Half time, it's Serbia 13, Spain 31.
Living F-rap, I see the bigger vision. Why trying to get a small when you see there's bigger fish in? Wherever, right? We can talk the talk, it's whatever. But talk money with me. Cause except for the air that we breathe in, that is for free. So put your hands in the air like this. Let me see them high in the air like this. Gotta grind, gotta keep it business. Tell them, hey, if you don't pay, it is whatever, man. Now let me hear you say. Now let me hear you say. Now let me hear you say. I'm doing it really, really, really though. Big dreams, I want big though. Clubbing all night, champagne popping, get it faded. Girls on my waistline. Tell the DJ it's bass time. I got these girls all over me. They're going down for some face time. If it ain't pumping, it ain't mine. When the crowd get hyped up, I stage dive. And people on my case like I'm okay. But I see through all of them fake smiles. You think I'm cocky, huh? Ain't I? Why you grilling on me day night? Party hardy though, full moon till the break of dawn. I mean daylight. Dude, I'm killing it, smoking them all like a cigarette. Worldwide, I'm on it like the internet, the filament. On the other side of the world since I've been in it. Guess you don't know who I'm chilling with, but now you wanna hold me close. It looks stupid cause you brag a lot like a top model with no portfolio. Just hop on it, hop on it, hop on it, just hop on it, hop on it, hop on it like you know nothing. Say hop on it, 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 hop on it. You know how the story goes. Been doing this for years, went up and back down, then back up like a roller coaster. And everyone on that ride, let's get it, get it, get it. And if you weren't there, don't come closer, closer. You don't have to call me, 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 you don't have to call me. No, I ain't picking up, go stupid like rice in the club. And my songs go hard though, and they everywhere like pints in the pub. Girls wanna come a little close, cause they know that I'm running with the flow. Skip that P1, dope, I'm a nose. Don't you know that I don't cut up with these fools? My business is my business, and I get it. I rhyme sicker than most MCs that got signed with these major labels with my tricks, huh? I don't hang with fools. Let me get it straight, I don't hang at all. No ring a tang, but I jangle like a tang with a bang. She won't forget at all. Most these fools on a hitchhike. They wanna live right just to live right. But where were you in the struggle? Don't call me cause you heard I do big time. Last time you called was a big time. I mean long time ago. You were always in a rush, gotta go. And you had a lot of money, now you got a lot of clothes. Decided stuff, but you broke though. No house, no car, just logos. You grand in your hand on a photo. everyone on that ride. Let's get it, get it, get it. And if you weren't there, don't come closer, closer. You don't have to call me. 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 You don't have to call me.
Welcome back to Izmir here in Turkey. This is the semi-final for FIBA Under-18 European Championship. The semi-final, one of two. We are at the halfway stage of this one. That team there, to say they're in the driving seat is an understatement. They lead 31-13 at the half. They have not put a foot wrong defensively. They have looked imperious. And Serbia have struggled to make a dent on the scoreboard. Almansa leads the way offensively for Spain. He has 13 points and 7 rebounds. Just behind him is Eddie Pinedo. 9 points for him. The big performances from Garuba and Villa also rounded out that first half for Spain. As for Serbia, Djokovic leads their scoring. He has 5 points. Miljasevic has tried his hardest to force things as much as he can. He has 4 points. But this really now comes down to Serbia completely turning the tables here in the second half. Coach Gokic making it very clear that now is the time. There is no possessions to spare. Team need to leave the floor having given everything after the next 20 minutes. Remember, if you're loving seeing these future superstars go head to head, go into battle against one another, you need to go online, jump onto Facebook, Twitter or Instagram and follow Next Gen Hoops. It's a relatively new social media account from FIBA and they will be posting players from around the world and superstars. Also, there's your QR code. That will take you through to the official website for this tournament as well. Second half action underway here in Izmir, Turkey. First semi-final of the FIBA Under-18 European Championship. Halfway in this one, and Spain lead it 31-13 over Serbia. Almansa now. Shot goes up, no good. Big rebound and the score. Pinedo done a great job. Very versatile player, stands at 202 high. Uses that well. Can play really 2 through 4 on the floor. Serbia once again struggle to get anything offensively working. Shot clock at 6. Jukic now picks it off. Prayer goes up. That one's not answered though. That remains Serbian ball though. Garadac's working hard to keep possession for his team. Maybe we'll get a fresh 14 to work with. Djokovic inbounds it and Serbia will go again. Catch and shoot. Jukic no good. Almansa. 8th rebound of the game for him. Garuba now looking to back his way down. Double team comes across. Good defense by Serbia, but gets out of jail with the pass. Slides inside. Garuba gets blocked. Grabs the rebound. Much better defense by Serbia. They stayed with that possession for the full 24. Oh, good read. Strong move by Miljasevic. He has tried everything he can to try and take his team on his back. Quick change of pace. Blast past VR. But the help defense is there. Miljasevic has earned himself a trip to the free throw line though. 90% from the free throw line prior to today's game. This is the first of his 2 though. 2 from 9 from the free throw line now, Serbia. 0 from 3, Miljasevic. Battles home second. Oh, sorry, it's Jukic. Some step back Rodriguez. That's poetry. Jordi Rodriguez. On a show with that play. The pass inside. Andrić gets the score. Right now, Coach Jokic is looking at every player on his roster and asking them to contribute. He needs to put in big performances. Spain continue to pile on the pressure. Uber gets his second bucket of the game. Serbia just struggling to deal with the pressure that Spain are putting on them. It to the corner, jumper no good. This really is one of the only ways I can see Serbia fighting their way back into this one if they can get that long jump shot going. Nice pass inside from Villar. No good for Pinedo. Villar with the rebound though. Had no right to claim that one. Rodriguez back to Villar. Mansa's got the mismatch. Doesn't get to use it though. Good rebound in the end by Giappa. Now hands it off. And dropped out of bounds by Djokovic. Serbia continue to make mistakes. Pressure piles on and it's one of those vicious cycles. The more mistakes you make, the more pressure you feel. So the more mistakes you make. And it just keeps going. And that's how it's been for Serbia so far in this game. A trail by 21. Spain have looked so much more composed, more mature. Key elements of this game. This team looks a lot closer to the finished article than the Serbian team does. Almansa just running riot in that low post. Draws the fouls of Sharanats that time. 4 minutes gone now in this third quarter. Serbia only 3 points to their name. Down back to Garuba. Oh wow, look at that shot. Sadiq Garuba with the split leg three. When it's your day, it's your day. Garuba now up to 7 points personal. Jokic looks to fight his way past him. Shot clock down to 4, step back 2, no good. Rebound pulled down this time by Serbia. Almansa. Out to Garuba. In and out with that one. Rebound pulled luckily to Sharanats. Halfway through the third quarter. Spain's lead now extended out to 24. Catch and shoot. Djokovic. That one's short. I kind of don't mind Serbia, the hole they're in. They've got to dig themselves out sometime. Pass inside. Almansa. Good vision and the score. Timeout going to be called by Coach Jokic. Not sure what more he can do. We'll fight to the end the Serbian way, that's for sure. They're not going to back down from this battle. He will ask every last one of his team for everything they've got. Excited for the upcoming Eurobasket. Before that video, you certainly were after it. It's on September the 1st. And you wonder in future years, how many of these young superstars are we going to see on the floor the Eurobasket tournaments. Maybe hit big shots like that. What a shot by Garuba. At the moment, Spain continue to be dominant. Mansa getting what he wants, Garuba getting what he wants. And Spain can sense it. You can see Iglesias walking out, pumped. The body language difference between Spain and Serbia is clear to see. They know that they're close. They know that at the moment they have a toe in the final. And it's for them to kick the door down, secure that first spot at the final. Serbia can't get it over. And Garuba is fouled. That is not, it's just off the foot of Djukic. Let's have a look at the defense though by Spain. Garuba, one of those players that truly stepped up. Not necessarily getting all the headlines. Real Madrid product. Certainly has impressed in this tournament. There's the lob pass. Almanza gets the score. That's the pressure release valve that Spain have that Serbia don't. Drive to the basket, and you know Almanza or Garuba are going to be around the rim. Good defense, foul called though. I think, or was it Iglesias? Iglesias. Just a half step behind. Worked just a little bit shy. 58-point lead now for Spain. I think they looked good in the first half. They've outscored Serbia 13-3 so far in this third quarter. Serbia's woes from the free throw line continue, much to the dismay of coach Djukic. Serbia now 3 from 12 from the free throw line. Vučković makes the second. To the basket, Circus shot no good this time. Pass inside, a much better offense, and Serbia in transition look an awful lot better than they do when they get stuck in the half court. Serbia need to increase the tempo of this game. They need to get things moving. Their way back in, quick scores, fluid scores, open court scores. That's how they can fight their way back in. Iglesias. And that is just a fundamentally beautiful piece of post offense. Near perfection with the footwork. And that's no good. Good offensive rebound. Andrić putting in a shift for Serbia. Serbia now hands it off. Spain in no rush. Time is their friend. Moreno. Pocket 4. Serbia's going to have to do something. Wide open. Moreno gets it away, but not in time. Maybe a little bit too many patience there for Spain. Not enough urgency on show. Sideline ball now for Serbia. As Garuba comes back into the game, Rodriguez will head for a break. 5-point lead for Spain, 2:47 left in this third quarter, and Spain defensively have looked phenomenal in every game they've played in this tournament. No team has scored more than 60 on them. Conceded on average less than 50 points a game. Good. Rebound falls into the lap of Garuba. his 6th rebound of the game. Garuba, to give you the stat that tells you everything about him, plus minus 29. Oh, rejected, but it's going to be a goaltend. Garuba takes his personal tally to 9 and his plus minus to 31 now. There's the killer crossover. Slides his way to the basket. And that had the 1990s written all over it. Sorry, Mijakovic tripped. Here's this call for the foul. Mijakovic just looks to split the defense. Nice handle behind the back. That is a tough play to execute. He's shown glimmers of the superstar he could potentially be, leading this Serbian team in the tournament in scoring. Only 12 points a game. 16.8 assists in that quarter-final win over Israel. That comeback quarter-final win. Remember, Serbia were down by 17 in that game and they came back to win it to secure their spot in this semi-final. And the pass inside, no good. Andrić caught a little bit backwards. Radakovic, no good. Under the rim for the bucket, for the basket. And that turns it back out now. Defense, offensive foul is called on Andrić. He's right, it was good defense. Have a look at the footwork. You can see it in time we are. That's just good. Hard-nosed defense. You know what's coming. Still take the charge. David out, stepping in, taking one for the team. And someone nearly 2 meters tall runs through you at full pace. Something you do lightly. It's going to be whistled on Serbia. This time it's Pavićković. Just a hesitation, dribble, drew him in. Andro Moreno. Things don't get any easier for Serbia as Almansa has been sat for the longest time in this game and back into the fray. Moreno puts the float up, no good. Almansa goes for the rebound, can only knock it out of bounds, but it's off the hands of Sharanats. Line ball for Spain. Serbia looking to make the change. Pavićković comes in. Pavićković going out. Rubin back to the top. Spain will be patient. Under 90 seconds left in this third quarter. They lead by 27. Another imperious performance. Stolen away, shot goes up, Pinedo, no good this time. Rebound by Radakovic. Poor play by Radakovic. Not a player known for his handle particularly. More of a shooter than a driver. Serbia have looked lost in so many ways in this game. 3 goes up, no good. Neither team has shot the ball well from outside. Spain under 17%, Serbia under 6%. 7 seconds left in this third quarter. Low scoring game. It's always going to be the way. If this was a low scoring game, it's likely Spain would be on the right side of that score. Almansa with another one. He's on his double-double, 19 points now, alongside 10 rebounds for Almansa. 9 from 14 from the field for him. Good follow there by Luka Andrić. There's the Hail Mary. No good. Another dominant third quarter performance for Spain as they outscore Serbia 19-10, and they lead this one after 3. Serbia 23, Spain 50. Just 10 minutes of play left in this semi-final for the FIBA U18 European Championship. Spain looking strong, getting the job done in the paint. Neither team shooting the ball from outside. Both teams 4 from the free throw line, but Spain trying to work down low. 38 rebounds to 24 over Serbia. 16 offensive rebounds in the game. 11 second chance points, and Almansa leads them with 19 points. Djokovic still leading things for Serbia. He has 7. 10 minutes left in this semi-final. Often we say a mountain to climb. Not sure how you would surmise the task ahead of Serbia here in the final 10 minutes. They've scored 23 points in 30 minutes. Just to tie the game, they need to score 27 points in the final 10 minutes whilst holding Spain scoreless in the last quarter. There are impossible tasks and there are impossible tasks, and this feels like it is truly an impossible task for Serbia. That said, one of the reasons we love basketball so much is that it throws unreal surprises at us. There's your QR code, scan that one with your phone and you'll be taken straight through to the official website for the FIBA U18 European Championship. Final quarter action underway here in Izmir, Turkey. Semi-final 1 of the FIBA U18 European Championship. Spain have been dominant after 3 quarters. They lead by 27 over Serbia. Spain 1 foot in the final, 1 foot on the podium. Getting closer to whether the question for Spain is not whether they'll take a medal home, whether that medal will be silver or gold. That's where we're moving to right now. Serbia really have left themselves an unbelievable task here in the 4th quarter. It's all on the back of such an impressive defensive display by Spain. So much criticism of the new style of basketball, saying that defense is being lost. I tell you now, watch this game, watch how Spain are playing it. There's your counter argument for the importance of defense in modern basketball. The rebound pulled down by Rodriguez. Brings it off the VR. Certainly has been impressive in this game. Not necessarily things that are going to show up on the box score, yet to score, but really has been a controller, influencer on the floor for the Spanish team. Foul is drawn by Rodriguez. The pass from VR, little head fake was enough. Baseline ball for Spain. Serbia will make some changes. Djokovic comes back in. He's their leading scorer. Lazar Djokovic. Now uses the screen from Almansa, throws it away this time, and that is one of the problems for VR. Moves it over a little bit. Almost 2 turnovers a game in the tournament. Throws it away though. Gets the score, his first bucket of the game. Instantly makes amends for the mistake. Good, Almansa with his 11th rebound of the game and his 4th double-double of this tournament. Move to the basket. Almanza, another offensive rebound and another score. 21 points now for Almanza. Timeout's going to be called by Coach Jokic. His team now trail by 31. Things go from bad to worse. 4-0 start to the final quarter for Spain, and Coach Jokic now, it's not just about this game. He needs to limit the damage that's done psychologically to his players ahead of what looks like will be their bronze medal game tomorrow. He needs to try and build some momentum for that game. He needs to get his players back onto the same song sheet. He needs them to trust each other again, because a performance like this look like a very big loss heading their way and have a huge damaging impact on players, specifically young players. It's time for Coach Jokic now and his coaching staff to make sure that his team come away with a little bit of momentum in this final quarter. It is the bronze medal match that they're headed for, which looks like it is that way right now. Spain will proceed to the final tomorrow. They'll face either Slovenia or Turkey. The way this game is shaping out, maybe we're going to have to do something unreal if it's going to go a different way. Over 8 minutes to play now in this first semi-final of the FIBA U18 European Championship. These are the future superstars of our sport. If you're on social media, make sure you follow the Next Gen Hoops social media account from FIBA. We'll bring you tons of content from around the world of future superstars in the making. Many of clips have come out of this tournament through those social media channels already, on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Will remain Spain ball on the sideline. 1 point lead now for Spain. Seven and a half minutes to play, and the Spanish team have looked very, very good in this game. In fact, let me extend that. They have looked very, very good in this tournament. They really haven't put a step wrong. They beat Germany 89-44 on game day 1. Had an 8-point win over Turkey. And one of the other semi-finalists on game day 2. They beat Poland by 21 points game day 3. In the round of 16, they won 73-45 over North Macedonia. And then they had the most impressive win in the quarterfinals, beating Italy 72-59. I'd say right now, Spain are red-hot favourites to lift the trophy tomorrow. Catch and shoot. Comes up short, though, from Moreno. For Serbia, they've looked good in this tournament as well. Two teams that were undefeated heading into these semi-finals were Serbia and Spain. Beat Slovenia by 18 points in their first group game. Beat Greece by 14, the Czech Republic by 17. Beat Montenegro by 24 in the round of 16, and then came back from 17 down at the half to beat Israel by 6 in that quarter-final. We were expecting a much closer semi-final than this. I'm not sure anyone would have predicted how much of a lesson Spain have taken Serbia to in today's game. Coach Jokic certainly won't have enjoyed today's game. He'll have learned a lot. It's helped him as a coach. Learned very little from those games where you win by loads. You win an awful lot from the games where you lose. It's a travelling violation to be called on Alejandro Moreno. A little bit late on the handoff. We can have a look if we can see his footwork here. Let's have a look. Yeah, absolutely. It was the little stutter with the feet. It's a really smart call by the official. Eagle eyes on the floor. Good refereeing, to be fair, throughout this tournament. Good job. Little step back jumper is good. That kind of offense that has deserted Serbia in this game. Needed their mid to long range game to kick in. And haven't had that so far in the game. The points they've had have been relatively close to the bucket. Having the races now. Throws it down, but Yappa is fouled. And we'll head to the free throw line instead. Have a look out at the breakaway here. There's the no look pass on the lead, and yeah, easy foul to call Luis Garcia. Been under a dunk if he hadn't fouled him. Yappa, the first of his two. And the second, perfect from the free throw line prior to today's game. At least one in today's game. Nikola Yappa. 26-point lead now for Spain. They have a look exactly the same from the opening tip all the way through here to the final quarter. Patience and composure. Beautiful play. Fundamentally just picture perfect in the low post. Many people talking about golden generation maybe passing in Spanish basketball, and you know, what does the future of Spanish basketball look like? Well, I tell you, the future looks pretty good from where I'm sitting right now. This under-18 Spanish team look immense. They really do. And they are falling in line and following the example set by some of the Spanish greats in recent years. Play the same style of basketball, the same intensity, the same smarts. No surprise, at the other end come the same results, which is games won, gold medal matches fought. 5 minutes away now. Stolen away though by Serbia. This time Vidakovic hands it off. Foul's going to be called. One on Gomez. Coach Milek Garcia starts to run some of his bench a little bit more. Vidakovic hands it off. Djokovic draws the foul. We'll go to the free throw line. One of the bright sparks here in this game. The first of his two takes his tally to double digits now. Not the most efficient offensively tonight. 4 from 11 from the field, but it's those two free throws, and slightly dazed Coach Jelkic there. Knows he has a huge task overnight now to rebuild this Serbian team, to get them back on track, to fight it out for a bronze medal tomorrow. It's a big ask. One of the toughest tasks I imagine he's had in his coaching career. Shot goes up from range, no good. Rebound for Yappa. Stolen away, the fight goes to the floor. It's going to be a jump ball. Gomez and Yappa go at it. Possession arrow points in favour of Spain though. Baseline ball for Spain. Yappa will stay on the floor. It's Milosevic that comes out and which comes in. See what the call is. It's an offensive foul. Wait to see who that one's on. It's off the ball. Unuetu into the game for the first time, picks up his first foul, the big man. Garcia takes this opportunity to rest some of the superstars like Almansa and Garuba and Villa, with some of the other players, the more role players, some valuable court time. Rakovic now hands it off to Djokovic. Djokovic goes inside, uses the pivot well, steps back, and Djokovic has come to play. Definitely the player of the day for Serbia. He's at 13 points now. Only averaging 8 points a game, just 2 points shy of his tournament high. That was against Greece back in game day 2. Stolen away. Fortunately, Spain and Uetu couldn't get the score. And that's put back. Andrić for 3. No good. Rebound fight going to be won by Spain. Away by Giappa. Uetu would have secured that one and thrown it down, that's for sure. Baseline ball now for Spain. 2 minutes and 17 seconds left, and you have to say a job very well done by this Spanish roster by coach Miret Garcia. Corner 2, no good. Uetu gets the score. Uetu there with his first bucket of the game. And playing the quarterfinals. Some minutes today though. Giappa with the rebound for Serbia. Foul's going to be called on Uetu. Playing in the penalty. Serbia will head to the free throw line again. Giappa back at the line. Giappa yet to score in open play. 3 points to his name so far from the free throw line. Gokic will take a lot from this game. Men's team trail by 25, but plenty of lessons for them to learn as a team. Plenty for him to take away in his coaching development as well. Speak to coaches young and old, inexperienced and veteran coaches alike. They all look to these games as huge learning opportunities. What could have done differently? How could we have approached the game differently that would have impacted things? Stolen away. Andrić with good hands in the passing lane, out in transition. Giappa line opens up and he gets the score. His first field goal of the game. For 7 points now, Nicola Giappa. Moreno into the low post, but the defense is good. That'll be Serbian ball. Great job from Đorđe Čučić. Gomez can shake his head, but he needs to seal out in that post a lot better. If he's being locked out like he was there, just walk away and reset, go again. Just spin and try and lock out again, and you keep doing it until you get the position and get the defender in the spot you want them. And if you don't ask for the ball. Nice spin move, kicks it out, baseline drive, but he steps out of bounds. Luka Andrić. Serbia has been broken in today's game. They really have struggled to get anything going. Said Spain did lead by 31. That's been trimmed back to 22 now as both teams, particularly Spain, have rotated their benches. Gomez now going to shape up. Has it stolen away. Shot clock at 4. Moreno in and out with the 3. Uetu kicks it out, and there's the flush. David Gomez throws it down with 2 hands. First dunk of the game. We're about to approach the final minute of this first semi-final here at the FIBA U18 European Championships. We were expecting a close battle here between two teams that entered this semi-final without a loss to their names. But what we have been dealt is an absolute lesson on defensive basketball by Spain. They have just disrupted, dismantled and destroyed Serbia's offense in this game. A testament to coach Milek Garcia and his young team. They have been impressive from start to finish. Thrown away though. Serbia now going to be called as Luis Garcia just cleans the clock of Sharanats. He's on to watch. Yeah, comes into almost a clothesline. And that will head to the free throw line, will he? Yeah, we're just going to clean the ball. Too much sweat on it. Minds now will be moving towards that final matchup. I'm sure the coaching staff with Milek Garcia there and his team of coaches will stay. They'll watch the second semi-final, which tips off in a little over half an hour. Slovenia taking on Turkey. It's the raucous atmosphere here in the arena. The coach Jokic, well, he will stay and watch that semi-final. His eyes will be on the team that lose that semi-final because that's who he will go and battle against tomorrow for the bronze medal. The poor pass from Garcia. Straight out of bounds and Serbia will take possession. Spills it. Spain bring it away, and that will be, I think, the end of the game here as they will wrap things up. And what a job Spain have done. As coach Milek Garcia heads to the halfway line, shakes hands with his compatriot on the other end, coach Jokic, and the Spanish will celebrate. They win. They are through to the final. They have won this one 38-60 over Serbia, and they have booked their place at the FIBA U18 European Championship final. What a game from Spain. They looked imperious from start to finish. They controlled the tempo. They dictated the terms of this game to Serbia, and Serbia had no answer. Serbia's shooting percentages, absolute nightmare stuff for coach Jokic. 34 from 2, 5% from downtown. Spain didn't shoot the ball well from outside or the free throw line, and they didn't need to, because they did such a good job in the paint. 24 from 47, 44 points in the paint. They out-rebound Serbia 49-28 as well, scoring 17 second chance points. For Spain, it is a job very well done. Almansa will grab the headlines with a huge double-double performance. He ends up with 21 points, 12 rebounds, 2 steals and a block. Djokovic, a bright spark for Serbia. He walks away with 13 points to his name. Only Serbian player in double digits. Both teams show some appreciation for the crowd. But it is Spain who will celebrate today, booking their place in the gold medal game. Garuba has got the moves on the floor and on the dance floor. They will now need to refocus and go again tomorrow with a chance to walk away with a gold medal around their neck and to take the trophy back to Madrid. The biggest game of their careers ahead of them tomorrow. Chance to go home as heroes, chance for them to establish themselves. The next generation of superstars in Spain. What a game they have showed us here today. a huge performance. Here are some of the highlights from the game. And Spain were just unstoppable from start to finish. Serbia's highest scoring quarter was that final quarter. It was the only quarter that they won. They won the fourth quarter 15-10. Problem for Serbia is they were held to 7 points in the first quarter, held to 6 points in the second quarter, and they held to just 10 points in the third quarter. The damage was done in that first half. Serbia had no way back into the game, and Spain just looked so good defensively. They really did. As much as we're going to look at a lot of offensive highlights, this game was won by Spain's relentless, tenacious defense. 35 defensive rebounds. They out-rebounded Serbia 55-34 overall. At one point they had a 31-point lead. A just phenomenal performance from Spain. As I say, a lot of the headlines will go to Almansa with 21 points, 12 rebounds, 2 steals and a block. Several other players played their part. Pinedo had 11 points and 3 rebounds. Garuba ended up with 9 points alongside 7 rebounds. And then for me in the backcourt, you have to give a hat tip to Rafael Villar. He didn't come away with a lot of points, just 2. And the box score doesn't show him too favourably. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, but he controlled the tempo. He set the tone of the game as we see him with his only field goal of the game there. But if Spain come out and do what they've done today, tomorrow, you would say that they are favourites in that final. Whether they face Slovenia or Turkey, we will find out in the next couple of hours. Do bear in mind that Spain have already beaten Turkey by 8 in their group. So they know how to beat the Turkish team. They haven't faced Slovenia in this tournament. We would have them as favourites in that game. What a game we've had here. Dominance from this Spanish team. They have just put a lesson on how to play 100% defense for 40 minutes. Coach Milek Garcia will be more than happy with what his team have done. They really have been impressive, and they earned their place in the gold medal game.